Have you ever sat in a quiet room and wondered why life feels different after 60? Not bad exactly, just different. The house feels quieter. The phone rings less. People still love you, but sometimes they forget to check in. You wake up with memories that feel closer than yesterday, and plans that feel harder to make than they used to. Most people talk about aging like it is only about retirement, grandkids, free time, and peaceful mornings. But they rarely talk about the little things that change inside a person. The habits, the fears, the moods, the silence. The way older adults sometimes act in ways even they do not fully understand. And this is the part nobody talks about. Sometimes, as people age, they begin doing things that push others away, even when what they really want is to be loved, heard, and included. Maybe you have felt this too. Maybe you have seen it in yourself. Or maybe you have seen it in a parent, a spouse, a neighbor, or someone you love. Today, we are going to talk about 12 unpleasant things some seniors do as they age. Not to judge anyone, not to shame anyone, but to understand what is really happening beneath the surface. Because the real reason is deeper than most people think. The first thing many seniors do is repeat the same stories again and again. A daughter may call her father, and within 5 minutes, he is telling the same story about his first job, his old truck, or the winter storm from 1978. The family may smile politely at first. Then, after hearing it too many times, they begin to rush him. But here is what many people miss. Sometimes that story is not just a story. It is proof that his life mattered. It is a place where he still feels strong, useful, respected, and alive. When the present feels small, the past can feel safe. So if you repeat yourself, do not hate yourself for it. But also try to notice when someone has heard the story before. You can say, "I know I may have told you this already, but it still means a lot to me." That small sentence can change the whole moment. The second thing some seniors do is complain more than they realize. The weather is too cold. The food has no taste. The store changed everything around. The young people drive too fast. The television is too loud. The bill is too high. Before you ignore this, think about your own life for a moment. Sometimes complaining is not really about the thing being complained about. Sometimes it is about losing control. When your body changes, your routine changes, your friends move away, and the world feels faster than you can keep up with, small problems can feel much bigger. But here is the danger. If every conversation becomes a complaint, people may start avoiding the conversation. A simple shift can help. For every complaint, try to add one grateful sentence. "The store was crowded today, but I'm glad I was able to get out. My knees are sore, but the morning sun felt good." That does not erase the hard parts. It just keeps the heart from becoming heavy all the time. The third thing many seniors do is refuse help, even when they need it. A son offers to carry the groceries. A neighbor offers to shovel the walkway. A daughter says, "Let me drive you." And the answer comes quickly. "No, I can do it myself." Now, independence matters. No one wants to feel helpless. No one wants to feel like a burden. But sometimes refusing every bit of help does not prove strength. Sometimes it creates distance. Because the people who love you may not be trying to control you. They may simply want to be part of your life. Accepting help does not mean you are weak. It means you are still connected. You can say, "I can still do a lot, but I would appreciate a hand with this one thing." That keeps your dignity. And it also lets love in. The fourth thing some seniors do is become suspicious of people's intentions. A family member calls, and the first thought is, "What do they want?" A neighbor is friendly, and the mind wonders, "Why are they being so nice?" A new rule, a new app, a new letter in the mail, and suddenly everything feels like a trap. Now, caution is wise. Seniors should be careful. The world does have scams, tricks, and people who take advantage. But constant suspicion can slowly poison peace. It can make good people feel unwelcome. It can make family members stop trying. A better path is not blind trust. It is calm trust with healthy boundaries. Ask questions. Verify things. Take your time. But do not let fear convince you that everyone is against you. The fifth thing many older adults do is interrupt with advice. A grandchild talks about college, work, dating, or raising children. Before they finish, advice comes pouring out. You should do this. You should not do that. When I was your age. Most of the time, the advice comes from love. But younger people often hear it as criticism. And what happened next is something many older adults quietly understand. The young person stops sharing. Not because they do not care, but because they do not want every conversation to become a lesson. Sometimes the most powerful thing a senior can say is not advice. It is, tell me more. Then, after listening, you can ask, would you like my thoughts? That one question can keep the door open. The sixth thing some seniors do is hold on to old hurt for too long. A brother who never apologized. A child who moved away. A friend who stopped calling. A spouse who said something painful years ago. Life after 60 can bring a lot of memories to the surface. And not all memories are gentle. But carrying old hurt every day is like carrying a heavy bag into every room. It tires the soul. Forgiveness does not always mean the other person was right. It does not mean you must forget. It means you are tired of letting the wound control your remaining years. Peace is not weakness. Peace is freedom. And sometimes, the smallest change after 60 can bring back peace. The seventh thing many seniors do is talk more about what is wrong than what is still possible. They say, I'm too old for that. My best years are gone. There's no point now. I can't change at this age. But here is what many seniors discover too late. The mind listens to the words you repeat. If you keep telling yourself life is over, your heart starts to believe it. No, you may not be able to do everything you did at 35. But that does not mean you can do nothing. You can still learn a song. Call an old friend. Start walking a little. Write your memories. Teach a child something useful. Plant flowers. Join a group. Say sorry. Say thank you. Begin again in a smaller but meaningful way. Aging closes some doors, but it does not close every window. The eighth thing some seniors do is become too hard to please. Family visits, but they did not stay long enough. They bring food, but it is not the right kind. They call, but not at the right time. They invite you somewhere, but the seat is uncomfortable, the music is too loud, or the drive is too far. Sometimes standards become so tight that love cannot fit through them. And this is painful, because most seniors do not mean to be difficult. They may simply feel overlooked, tired, or emotionally hungry. But if people feel they can never do enough, they may stop trying. A gentle thank you can protect relationships. Thank you for coming. Thank you for thinking of me. That meant more than you know. Those words are small, but they keep love alive. The ninth thing many seniors do is isolate themselves, then feel forgotten. They stop going to church, the senior center, family dinners, or neighborhood events. They say, I don't want to bother anyone. Then weeks pass. The silence grows. And the heart starts whispering, nobody cares. But sometimes people do care. They just do not know you are waiting. Loneliness can make a person disappear quietly. Do not let pride turn into isolation. Make the call. Send the message. Accept the invitation sometimes, even when you do not feel like it. Connection does not always come knocking. Sometimes you have to open the door first. The 10 things some seniors do is compare today's world with yesterday's world all the time. People were better back then. Kids had respect back then. Life made sense back then. There may be truth in some of that. Every generation loses something. But every generation also carries something good. If you only criticize the new world, younger people may feel like there is no place for them in your heart. Instead of saying, "Your generation is wrong," try saying, "Help me understand how things work now." That one sentence can turn distance into connection. The 11th thing many seniors do is hide their sadness behind anger. A man snaps at his wife because he misses his old routine. A grandmother gets sharp with her daughter because she feels left behind. A retired worker criticizes everyone because he no longer feels needed. Anger is often the mask. But underneath it may be grief. Grief for strength that changed. Grief for friends who passed. Grief for a body that does not move the same. Grief for a life that looks different than expected. If this is you, be gentle with yourself. But also be honest. You can say, "I'm not angry at you. I think I'm just having a hard day." That sentence can save a relationship from unnecessary pain. The 12th thing some seniors do is stop expressing love clearly. They assume people know. They think, "I paid the bills. I raised them. I was there. They should know I love them." But people still need to hear it. Even adult children. Even grandchildren. Even a spouse after 50 years. Do not wait until a hospital room, a funeral, or a goodbye to say what matters. Say it now. "I'm proud of you. I'm glad you came. I love you. I know I don't always say it, but you matter to me." These words do not make you soft. They make you human. And maybe that is the biggest lesson of aging. We all change. Some changes are beautiful. Some are difficult. Some are unpleasant to admit. But every stage of life gives us a chance to become more honest, more gentle, and more aware. If you saw yourself in one of these 12 things, do not feel ashamed. Awareness is not failure. Awareness is the beginning of peace. You are not just growing older. You are still growing. You are still learning how to love. Still learning how to receive love. Still learning how to live with grace in a world that keeps changing. And if you love an older parent, grandparent, neighbor, or friend, remember this too. Behind the repeated stories, the complaints, the stubbornness, and the sharp words, there may be a heart that is scared of being forgotten. So be patient when you can. Set boundaries when you must. But do not forget the person underneath. Because one day, all of us hope someone will look at our difficult moments and still see our worth. If this message touched your heart, subscribe to Senior Life Chronicles. And in the comments, tell us one lesson life taught you after 60. Your story may help someone else feel less alone. And if there is a senior in your life who needs to hear this with kindness, share this video with them today. Because sometimes, one gentle reminder can bring a family closer again.